welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. All right, so, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some things on the screen. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is enough being done right now. Is enough being done? Is there stuff that's being left and needing to be completed? Hold on. My brother is crazy. Y'all, can we just do a little prayer real quick? Can we literally, can y'all join me in a moment of prayer? Texting back and forth with my sibling. And y'all, he's a nut. Can we just pray for his safe return back home? He went to a high AF elevation, and we have similar genetics. He having a hard time. Altitude sickness is kicking in. I gotta just laugh it off. Whew. I told him aliens cannot breathe in thin air. Wow. Yikes. So let's pray for a safe trip for him. He's heading down to, wait, let me check. How low is that elevation? Hold on. Elevation Bozeman. That's still kind of high for him. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I'm wondering if he should go further south. Okay, he's a grown ass man. He can figure it out himself. He can figure it out. But yeah, just, wrap him in some love. Wrap him in some love. Yeah. All right. Is enough being done? That's the question. That is a question. Question. I don't know. What do you need to accomplish? What is it? There's something that is just... There's an energy. There's an energy that is very... it's almost like it's not being recognized, whatever this energy is. And because it's not being recognized, it's not being allowed to come to full maturity, to really ripen, right? So is enough being done right now? I think this is a question of how much do you want to manifest? What do you want to manifest? And how willing are you to allow the manifestation to kind of take hold? Not sure. Okay, you can stay out. Go ahead. Some cards flew out the deck. Go ahead, stay out there. That's fine. All right. Let's get started. And we'll use this deck for clarifier. I feel like there's going to be a need, a huge need for clarification, right? Oh, shit. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, the three wise men, and the baby in the manger, the animals in the field. All right. All righty. Let's see what's going on. For some, because clearly this is a general reading, right? For some, part of what the message here is that the intensification that's occurring is because of like your inverted mirror, your inverted reflection being shown to you. It might be something along the lines of the environment that you're in is an environment of your lower, lesser potential, right? It's a lower, lesser potential. And you're here looking at this environment, this circumstance, possibly thinking and feeling as though this is all it is. That's it. There's nothing else. This is the best that it's going to get. It's just going to continue to worsen from here. It's going to continue to become a bigger and bigger struggle. And, you know, this is something that myself included, we need to get a hold of this. We need to allow ourselves to really take a good hard look at what we are allowing ourselves to believe wholeheartedly, right? Every single time that I've had a situation where I'm starting to get tense, I'm starting to feel like, gosh, is this really all there is? Um, like struggle and whatever else. I have to make it a point to kind of sit down and be like, all right, girl, first chill out. We need to chill out. We need to get very, very clear about what needs to be done and how much effort to put into that action. We're not going to simply stop at an awareness or a developing awareness of what needs to be done. That's not enough. Being aware of what needs to be done is not enough. You have to also find the solutions, um, because being aware is just like, okay, so this is the problem. What do you need to do about the problem? And once you figure out what needs to be done, you have to start hammering away and actually putting effort into whatever the action is, right? So, awakening. So, this is a point of realization. Your awareness is increasing, it's expanding, and your ability to be aware of the different, I guess you could say, facets of the way you shine. Um, it's going to increase during this period if you allow it. Now, even though it's increasing, if you don't allow it, you're going to go ahead and put blinders on so that you can't see what's happening, right? That's usually based in fear or maybe insecurity, um, self-doubt, things like that. But if you allow it, meaning you're not going to wear your blinders, you're going to see exactly what you're being asked to become aware of. Um, so here's the thing. I look at this card and it's like, you see the 2 lambs back there, right? And then you see the flowers, and it's a pretty picture. Um, are you willing to be the lamb? Is that a sacrificial lamb? What is that? What are you willing to be? Are you willing to sacrifice your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations? What is it? What is it? What is it? Hmm? Because I think for many of us, especially those of us who are highly sensitive empaths, sorry, what was that about? Especially those of us who are highly sensitive empaths, we have a tendency to volunteer to be the sacrificial lamb. Stop, you know, stop, stop volunteering for that. Allow yourself to see the greatness that you are, what you're capable of achieving, what you're capable of manifesting for yourself. Stop. Stop with this assumption that this is all there is, that there's no goodness waiting for you. Stop with the things that need to be stopped, right? Just stop with that. When you allow yourself to enter into this space that you belong in, the protection comes naturally. There's no need to have the fear or the worry or, any of that. Um, it I'm not going to, sugarcoat things. I'm not going to paint a prettier picture than what it is. If we want the picture to be prettier, we have to get our paints out and whatever other mediums you use and create an even prettier picture. Create the layers that you add on top to make it prettier, to fulfill whatever aesthetic preferences you have, right? This is how life is. If it's not pretty enough for you, make it prettier. Make it prettier. So here's the thing, this journey to get into a space of centeredness so that you can enjoy the benefits of your natural, your innate protection, that is challenging. Not gonna lie. It's challenging because you're going against an entire lifetime of programs, right? So that's going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of focused intention and action behind the intent. Now, it's probably also going to require that you learn how to work energy, right? And I see that um, Lindsay has commented it on my Facebook business page. If you want to learn how to work energy to really just buffer you, to get you into a space of like, okay, I have the tools, the Mauska tools. I have the tools to do this, to accomplish the shifts in whatever needs to be shifted. And you know, this workshop can help you with that. You have to at least know some type of direction and know some type of, I don't know, methodology that will get you to the next part that serves as the start of the bridge that takes you all the way to the other side of this struggle, right? So there's struggles that are probably going on for most people right now. Those struggles are probably things that, you know, you're frustrated, you don't understand the how and the why, and it's like cycle after cycle of the same thing. You know, it gets frustrating. It gets frustrating for a lot of people. Now, let that frustration be the very fuel that you're going to use to really push you towards um, this process that removes you from that, right? So, what we're wanting and needing to do is to have some type of very solid sense of what we are trying to accomplish. And when you develop a solid sense of what you're trying to accomplish, you begin to then open yourself up to the ways in which you can begin the process of accomplishing. It's not enough to know what you want to accomplish. It's like it's not enough to know what the problem is. You need to put action. You need to apply that knowledge, and that's when it becomes wisdom. And wisdom is like the air that lifts you up as you glide on your divine wings, right? So, when you learn how to harness your energy and really claim your space, it's not enough to claim your space without knowing how to do that, right? You can't just say something and expect it to be what happens for you. A lot of what we're taught, a lot of what we're shown, a lot of the things that others try and convince us of regarding manifestation and sovereignty and just spirituality altogether, it's only a half truth peppered with half lies, right? So, part of that manifestation is actually knowing how to harness your own energy. When you allow yourself to get to this space where um, you are consciously choosing what you are creating and knowing how to harness your energy to create that, a lot of things that you think like you could have never accomplished, they begin to be accomplished. You begin to enter into a space within yourself where you are comfortable in whatever situation you have to face. You are comfortable. You know that even with the challenges, even with some struggles, you're going to overcome it. It's going to be fine. You will overcome it and you will be able to really, really see how powerful you are and what you're capable of. People mistake this space of comfort that I now exist in. And I mean, I'm comfortable knowing that I will face struggles, I will face challenges, I will face certain types of hardships at times, but I'll overcome everything because I know that I can and I want to overcome it. Right? Because I want to overcome it, I will definitely put the effort that is necessary to overcome it. So nothing's going to stop me. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. That means nothing is going to stop me. So, what are you letting stop you? Is it some doubt that someone put in your head? Is it somebody telling you that that's impossible? You can't do that. You know how many times people have told me this and that is impossible? And you know what I do? I don't waste my time trying to explain to them why it's possible. I just go and do it. And it's like, you want to watch, you can, because I'm about to do it. The thing you're telling me is impossible. I'm about to do it just to prove to myself that your limitations are not my own. You can watch if you want, because if you watch, if you witness me in the process of doing what you believe you cannot do, what you are trying to convince me I too cannot do, if you watch, you'll be able to see how you can do it as well. It's a beautiful thing. Sovereignty, it's a beautiful thing. It really gives you the opportunity to create the type of life that you are wanting, that you are needing, that you are seeking, that you are craving. Only if you put effort into it, though. Only if you put effort into it. A powerful analogy for this is so my sibling is a personal trainer. He knows body work. He's phenomenal with his wealth of knowledge about the human body and how far you can take it, right? And he has taught me things over the years. It's been a long journey, and he has taught me things over the years. And because we rarely ever live in the same space or even in the same town, he's super busy, I'm super busy. We don't get to share the same space very often. And because of that, I've had to take the initiative and learn many, many things on my own, right? And when my self teaching reaches a plateau or it reaches a space where I don't know what to do next, I'm unsure, then I reach out and he helps me to figure things out. So it's a very beautiful thing. But in the self teaching, how am I teaching myself if I don't know? Well, I watch videos. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people showing you the proper form when you work out, proper supplementation, things like that. I watch a lot of those when I have free time, which is not very often, but when I do, I make it a point to watch that. And so it's not enough for me to simply watch those videos. I have to actually apply what I'm learning as I watch the videos. If I apply it and I take the tips that keep me in the proper form, I lessen the incidence of injury. I lessen the potentiality of hurting myself, harming myself in some way because I'm not doing it right. What I'm saying is overcome the fear of messing up. You will never master or learn anything so long as you are too busy being afraid to even try. You have to try. And you can't let your ego take control of the whole vehicle. Months back, I'm very intimidated by the Smith machine at the gym. It's like this contraption that has a long barbell that's kind of stuck in place. It just goes up and down, straight up and down. And that forces you into more limited range of motion, but it also helps to protect you from hurting yourself, right? Unless, of course, you're not properly positioned. So the first time I tried that Smith machine, I didn't properly position myself. Oh, I had a partial tear in my sacroiliac joint. I'm still fucked up from that. I am definitely making major strides in self healing. I'm listening to my body. I'm providing the proper supportive gear so that I don't hurt myself further. I'm stopping when I feel that that injury is being irritated, being worsened. Apply this analogy to your life. Are you just like trying to plow through something? Because if you're just trying to plow through, you're not doing enough. It requires the appropriate amount of action paired with the appropriate amount of awareness, consideration. You know, if you're having an imbalance in those two things, so the awareness and consideration, if that's excessive, then there's not enough energy to go towards action. You're just going to be stuck in a space of fear and it's going to cripple you. You won't be able to act upon it. If you're all action and not enough awareness and consideration of the various factors that are involved, you're probably going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt your feelings. You're going to hurt your expectations. You're going to hurt the way you perceive your capacity. Listen to yourself. It is good to push, but not push to the degree that you injure yourself. Right? When you haven't used those muscles, those thinking muscles, those action muscles, for a very long time, you're going to have to be aware of how little you're capable of lifting safely. Okay. And then you build from that. If, for example, you're exiting out of a toxic relationship that you have been in for a long time, you have become super codependent, they have been the one that you've been financially dependent on, that's not evidence of your weakness. Get that out of your head. Do you know how strong you have to be to exit out of that type of situation, knowing you are at such a disadvantage in life? You leaving that is straight up evidence of how powerful you are, how tenacious you are, how unstoppable you are. So get that weak thought out of your mind that you're weak. No, stop that. So if you are just exiting out of it and you don't have the type of resources that are necessary, you're going to have to take the smaller steps first. Okay, you're not going to leave that situation and suddenly jump into your own place and think that you're going to have your car and you're going to have like all the amenities. And come on, you're going to hurt your expectations, which is going to hurt your feelings, which is going to hurt the way you see yourself. Sometimes you have to swallow the pride, and maybe you can lift just enough to reach out to family, stay with family for a little bit. Or if you don't have that, if you don't have supportive family, maybe it's time to begin exploring the option of shelters. I know it's not ideal. I know for some, it might even be, a space of feeling embarrassed or ashamed. Listen, you have to start somewhere. You have to do what you can do, knowing full well that what you can do will continue to increase as you continue to apply your effort. It's not about the end zone. It's about the way you play the game while you're playing it, right? Oh, miss. I swear, Lisa always comments the most amazing things. The strongest move I ever made was leaving DV with nothing, but in return gained everything. Yes. Yes. You see, sometimes it's the material things that bind us to the suffering that we're experiencing in the space that we're experiencing this. It is your loyalty to the tangible material things that cause you to betray the whispers of your own soul. There's no need to betray, and there's no need to not have anything, right? If it's feasible to have a little something, have a little something. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with liking material things. It's okay to like material things, to like luxury brands, to like this and like that. I'm saying that as someone who once had luxury brand stuff. I don't anymore. It's fine. I don't feel deprived in any way, shape, or form. My focus has shifted. It's shifted. I've never really been huge on luxury brands, but at one point there was this little stage that I was in where it was like, I kind of feel like I'm less than because like everyone has all of these things and I feel like I have to play the role and be this character just like everyone else because I want to fit in. I don't want to be so different. Anyone that knows me in real life knows I'm totally like hippie. Gym hippie. Not even joking. I'm bougie with supplements. I'm saying. I'm bougie with supplements, but not much else. Might be bougie with food, not eating out, but like making food. Yes, yes. Supplements and wholesome foods made from scratch, bougie as fuck. I'm saying. When the budget allows, I'm saying. I'm saying. Okay. Everything else, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know, Walmart. I'm just I'm really nah, I'm good. I'm good if it's comfortable. Good, right? I don't need no name brand stuff for that. I don't. Half my clothes are from Costco because I really can't be bothered to go anywhere else, right? But don't get that wrong. If there's an event that I need to get dressed for, I know how to appropriately dress myself. I know how to showcase myself and my body. But see, that's the thing. That's the thing that liberated me. I realized I don't have to do that. I can choose to do that when I want or when it's necessary, right? Are you doing enough? Are you doing enough um, introspection about where you're at, what you need to do, the different things that you're needing to be aware of? The answer is no. We're sorry. Y'all got snitched out by soul, I'm saying. Probably got snitched out myself too, but guidance in reverse. So we're rejecting the guidance from soul, right? We're totally rejecting it. We're allowing ourselves to get all caught up in ego based emotions. That's okay. That's okay. And whatever that emotion is, take a good look at it. Why do you feel what you're feeling right now? Right? Because I feel a lot of sadness coming from, I think, several people who are watching, like almost a sense of being defeated, sadness, almost like a difficulty to breathe, like you can't fully expand your chest. It's from anxiety, when you feel like you have a band around your chest, you can't take in a deep breath. It's usually from anxiety. I wouldn't go so far as to begin believing you have an anxiety disorder. Don't turn something into a pathology, into a disease. The only time anxiety and depression and things like that are an actual clinical condition is when it takes away from the quality of your life for a prolonged period. We all will go through varying degrees of anxiety, sadness, low feelings, low self esteem. We'll go through that. There's fluctuations. That's normal. It's part of you learning yourself. But if you're consistently in a low place for a prolonged period and it's affecting your quality of life, you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't even interact with the people you feel safe with, then we need to talk about getting some help for that. We need to start talking to people, letting the people we feel safe with know that we need help. But until then, don't just be so quick to say you're diseased and this and that. Like, no. Because see, look, healer in reverse. It's this lack of awareness or lack of willingness to acknowledge that you are your greatest healer, that you know how to heal yourself. You just need the appropriate um, tools, supplements, condition, environment. That doesn't always require money. Sometimes it's just a case of the people that you hang around with the most are quite possibly the most intense and the most generous contributors of toxicity into your life, and you simply need to just be in a new environment, new friends, new whatever. I'm not sure. But we need to begin really taking a look at these types of things. You need to step into a space of power, power over yourself, not over other people. Once you do that, you can then recognize why your prosperity is not coming in. You know what one of my kids said to me a little while ago? He says to me, "Don't worry, mommy." Um, what did he say? Something along the lines of, you'll be rich when you are ready to let that come to you. I mean, even he knows. I block myself quite a bit. That's not sign of weakness. I'm still a very strong person. It's evidence of distortions in my perceptions that's still present. That's okay. I'm no longer expecting perfection from myself, but I do need to allow myself to be aware of things that probably need to be worked on sooner rather than later, right? Letting yourself get to a space where you're aware of what needs to be worked on sooner rather than later, and worked on not because you're broken, not because you're not enough, but because you deserve to live in a way where you can feel your power and your gravity and what you deserve. That's why. You deserve to be able to experience the opposing end of the spectrum, right? If you've been all the way over here with the suffering and the struggle, you deserve to also experience this side so that you can understand um, which is more enjoyable for you, where are you more comfortable, and then also finding that middle ground, that center space. Guardian in reverse. So we're kind of exiting out of this just this childhood stage of consciousness where we think we need to have guardians and guides and all these other things have to tell us what to do all the time. People be sometimes totally bragging about like, oh, my guardian and my guide, and I speak to my this and I speak to my, and it's like, but when do you speak to yourself? Genuine question. When do you speak to yourself? And like, what do you mean speak to myself? I'm not crazy. Oh, you don't think it's crazy to speak to things that are disembodied outside of you, but it's crazy to speak to yourself? That's nutty. That's nutty. I mean, if you can give yourself permission to speak to things that you can't even prove exist, that's the reality of it, right? You can't prove these beings exist. So, if you're willing to speak to these beings that you can't prove exist, why aren't you willing to speak to yourself too? I mean, to consistently depend on a guardian or guide, that's kind of like a child consistently depending on their babysitter or their parent, right? At some point, you have to exit out of the childhood of your consciousness and enter into the young adulthood where you are exploring the capacity that you exist within. What are you capable of? Do you even know? Well, if you don't know, it's time to find out. It's time to begin exploring that so that you can have a better understanding of how powerful you actually are. You're much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. I promise you, you are much more powerful than you allow yourself to believe and accept. Why is that hard? Why is that hard to believe that you're powerful? Right? Why is that so challenging for so many of us? I think because we have the words of others who can't believe in themselves and have somehow convinced us to join them there where we don't believe in ourselves as well. Yeah, their words reverberate within our heads. I think we need to turn the volume down on that. I think we need to make some volume adjustments, turn down the volume on the disbelief, and crank up the volume in the self love, self awareness, self care, self empowerment, self realization, and self actualization. Woo! Self awareness. Notice how all of these things are powerful, right? They're like major goals for people who are on their spiritual journey. But here's the thing, notice how they all begin with self. Not just the word self, but also the action within the self. It all begins with you. Is enough being done right now? Are you having enough conversations with yourself? Are you allowing enough awareness to be percolated? Sometimes you need time to wrap your head around the realizations you're having about yourself. It's not always a race. You don't always have to do now, now, now. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is park the vehicle for a moment so you can get a better sense of your surroundings. Just slow down for a moment so that you can understand what it is you're rushing for, what it is you're rushing towards. The question of is enough being done right now? It's not about how much action you can take. It's not about how quickly you can do those actions. It's about understanding a balance is needing to be established between the consideration, the thoughts, the awareness, and the actions itself. I have very lofty expectations for you. Very, very lofty expectations. You cannot create anything until you first establish the intention. You can try, but it will falter and fail. And every single time you try to create things without first identifying, creating, or setting the intention, you have disappointed yourself. And when you disappoint yourself enough times, you then begin to believe that you're incapable. That's a lie. Don't make me flick you in the forehead. I will. I will flick you in the forehead. Don't make me. Don't make me do it. Don't I can flick real hard. Oh my gosh, my bladder is full. Like, I better hurry up. My bladder. Okay. Oh yes, Lindsay is amazing with her reminders, I swear to God. I do have Moldavite. It's from my personal collection. It's right there beside me. I don't want to get up and get it. But I do have Moldavite, and Moldavite, ooh, it will supercharge your intentions and efforts and really speed you down that road. Moldavite is badass. Saying Moldavite is badass. Not butt ass. I said badass. Okay. So everything's upside down. What is going on, guys? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Why you do that? Why you do that? Anyways, so the choices and the emotions, they've been upside down. They just, your perception of what choices you have, the options you can choose from, the way you feel about that, the way you feel about yourself. the way you feel about your emotions, all of that. It's been kind of upside down. The world has been acting like a tumbler and just tumbling us. But here's the thing, we can see it as something that's unfair and we're being tossed around by life, or, or, we can see the tumbling action along with the abrasiveness of the things we're experiencing to be kind of like a crystal tumbler, meaning you put a raw stone in that tumbler, you let the tumbler keep going with the abrasive material in there for however long it needs to go. And then when the process is done, you have a polished gem, right? Maybe you're in the process of being polished. You feel all the pressure, you feel all the abrasions, you feel tossed around by life. Okay, that's okay. You're going to be okay. It's a process. You're in a process. Never allow yourself to identify as the process. It is a process, and that is it. The process is intended to get you to an end result that will then be the first step in what you are trying to accomplish. It's not enough for the crystal to simply be tumbled and polished. It's not enough. That's the first step. That's the first step to bring out its brilliance, to be able to showcase its value. That crystal is not worth nothing, hidden away in a box. Oh my God. Okay. I'll be live later today to do an auction for my crystals. That's fucked up. I'll be auctioning off some of my crystals later today. I'll make the post after this live stream. I need to come to terms with it. Just I'm talking to Michael, not to you guys. Fucking bitch. I hate you, bitch. I don't. I don't hate Michael, but if I can. Sorry. I'm sorry that I sneered at you. I do. I have the diffusers, the crystal diffusers, crystal water bottles. Yes, I do. I don't know if I have it available on my website. You guys, yeah, y'all have no idea how much inventory I just hoard. I'm not even ashamed. My poor husband, he lugs these things around from house to house to house that we move through. Anyways, I'll do an auction tonight. Don't worry. Okay, shadow self in reverse. I think for many of us, we've kind of gone upside down in this process of discovering what's hidden in our shadows. That's okay, it's normal, but we can't leave it like that. Okay? Yes, it is normal, but you can't leave it like that just because it's a normal part of the shadow working process to become a little discombobulated, right? Be fearless in reverse. It's okay if you're afraid. It's okay if you have fear. It's okay if your fear is elevated, right? You just need to have more courage than you do fear. You see, people think I'm like confident. I'm not confident. I'm ballsy. I got balls. I got balls. I gotta stop. Michael's like, but I do. I'm ballsy. So it's not confidence, it's ballsiness. It's balls. Balls. I have balls. You see my ball right there? Shit's huge. I can't. My bladder's full. Hold on. I can't. It's too big. Okay. Oh my God. You see? I got balls. 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 I'm going to start a workout routine using crystal. Shit's heavy. I forget your name. Is your name John? Oh, you think his name is John? Look, hold on. Wait, we're not doing. Y'all, keep me focused. I gotta put it on the floor. All right, you guys gotta redirect me back to what we're talking about. Don't let me get distracted. Don't don't let me get distracted. Okay. There's a transformation taking place. Whatever this transformation is, it's necessary. It's needed. It's needed, but it's upside down. So maybe we're going to be maybe the message here is that the process is going to happen in a way that's unconventional, right? Maybe it's not going to be a trauma induced accretion first. Maybe you don't need that pain and that trauma before you can choose to allow the process to occur. Excuse me. Maybe you can just choose to allow the transformation to occur. One of the things that soul has shown me is that if you can learn, if you can initiate the learning on your own, whatever event that was going to be used, whatever trauma that was going to be used to initiate your ascension mechanics is not going to be done to you. It's not. So that's another thing. So I also made available, I know someone had commented this. Someone had commented this. They were hoping that I go ahead and do a black magic workshop where I'm teaching you how to undo the dark, well, I'll just say the dark shit that's been flung at you. Okay. All right. There you go. I made that available. Okay. I figured I'd stop holding out on you guys and make it possible for you to begin taking some of these classes from me. Okay. There's different options in that workshop, but oftentimes, like the darkest of intentions are allowed to negatively affect you, whether it's your dark intentions or someone else's dark intentions. It's allowed to affect you because that's the thing that's going to get you to kind of like jump up in frequency and expand your awareness. You pair this Black Magic Revocation workshop with the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. I mean, really, you won't need trauma for regular Joe Schmo lessons, for regular things that your soul is trying to teach you. That like trauma induced accretion stuff will be reserved for massive types of lessons. Everything else you can just handle on your own. You could just initiate that and have a level of awareness and the Maska tool bag. the the tool bag with all the ways in which you can really empower yourself. So, dun dun dun. This card came up, Mirrored Souls. It's almost like this thing that mirroring again, right? Mirroring someone, something. I don't know. I feel like I'm blocking it. Let's let some of this marinate. We're gonna let it marinate so that maybe I can understand what the message is. Um, Self-worth. Okay, didn't need to marinate very long. So it's this thing of the people who serve as mirrors for you, they're teaching you about your self-worth. They're helping you right side it back up, right? Because, there's a lot of upside down that's happening. It's now right side up. Okay. I swear, Lindsay is on fire. She on fire every day. My little Phoenix baby. She is my Phoenix baby. My PB. She's right. 30% off coupon has been triggered on my two websites, K33 Academy and ME Evolving. It's an automatic website for the ME Evolving. I believe it's across the entire website, even with the tangible goods, crystals and things like Y'all, my ass is crazy. I do believe I asked my husband to remove all the crystals. But that was during the last auction. Um, well, it was because let me just be serious for a moment. It was because I didn't want to auction a crystal and then mistakenly sell it on the website as well. That was why. So that was the only reason I think most things were taken off. But there will be more crystals put on there, and there will also be there are other things that are there. We have bath sets and things like that, all made for really powerful work that you're doing for yourself, smudges, oils, all of that. We've just opened it to the whole website. For those who are not familiar, I typically don't put on sale the tangible goods, like the things that ship out. I don't usually put that on sale. I only put that on sale for Black Friday. Now, this is your opportunity. Yep. For those mentorships are also included in the 30% off sale. Extended mentorships and things like that, that's also included. Celebration. So this person, whoever this is for you, is going to help you learn how to celebrate yourself, how to celebrate your worth, right? They're going to help you learn how to find deeper pockets of gratitude for yourself, your journey, and possibly even for them in your life, right? All right, the demon popped out. This motherfucking demon. I swear to God, I'm sick of your shit, demonic thing. Not you guys. Sorry. That triggered the shit out of me seeing that card come out. It triggered the shit out of me, is what it is. It triggered me. All right. There's a lot of attempts to really sidetrack you, to get you derailed, to get you to not focus on what needs you and your energy the most. Something, I don't know if it's someone, but something. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Okay. That's how I feel about this. There's dark interference. This dark interference wants to prevent the rebirth of your magic, this rejuvenation and coming forward, this entering into your field of awareness, how powerful you are. So, if y'all don't know, I'd be rebellious as fuck when it comes to demonic attempts to really affect our community and individuals. There is a reason I'm making all of these workshops available. I'm aware of things I can't talk about on a live stream. That's the reality of it. I am aware of things that I cannot talk about on a live stream. I'm sick and tired of being muzzled. I'm sick and tired of Facebook and YouTube restricting my reach because I tell you too much that empowers you. I tell you too much that gives you an unfair advantage over their fuckery, their attempts to get you to sabotage yourself, their attempts to interfere with your journey. They don't like that you receive. Who are they? I don't fucking know. I don't want to know. Who are they? I don't give a shit who they are. Whoever they are, whether it's someone in your life or just this proverbial they, stop giving them the power to do this to you. Stop. Don't participate in that. Allow yourself to tap into your ancestral magic. They don't want the rebirth of your magic. Tap into your ancestral then. Tap into that. There's not just your personal power. You have access to the power of your ancestors. Tap into both. Whenever this starts to pop up, whenever this starts to pop up, whenever this starts to pop up, look at that. Like there are 3 negative cards in this deck. This is my deck. All 3 popped up because there is something that's trying to keep you in a space of negativity. There is something that is trying so hard to prevent you from just being nudged even the littlest bit forward. Because guess what? When you're nudged that little bit forward, you're suddenly out of their reach. You're out of their reach. Use your judgment. Allow your judgment to be the very thing that corrects this lack of clarity. The clarifier in reverse. No, 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 no. Don't sit there with lack of clarity. Really, in a very neutral manner, allow yourself to observe what's going on here. What's preventing me from moving forward? What is it? Is it a person? Is it a material thing? Is it a distorted perception of a lack of opportunity? You don't wait for opportunities, you create them. Do not wait for opportunities, create them. Reach out, allow yourself to take that leap of faith for yourself. Your hard work is paying off in reverse. So there's a distortion in the way you're seeing whatever it is you're doing, right? There's this distortion, and whatever that distortion is, thank you again, Lindsay. Whatever that distortion is, it has a lot to do with how you're seeing your efforts play out. Let's give an example of what this means. I went to the gym this morning. My life is really work and gym right now, and I'm enjoying it. I went to the gym this morning. Yesterday I didn't go because a lot of bullshit happened, and I had this very clear awareness that maybe I was prevented from going to the gym because I would injure myself severely at the gym. And so today I was able to go to the gym, no snags, no nothing. And I was very aware, very cognitive, very present as I was doing my workouts. When you work out and you really want to experience hypertrophy, the massive growth of muscles, you have to have a mind muscle connection. You have to be very present in that moment and really thinking about the muscle you're working on, right? And so that's where my mindset was this morning when I was at the gym. And so I was like, I'm going to push myself. I'm really making it a goal to accelerate my hypertrophy reasonably. Okay. I'm going to push myself in a way that's safe. I'm going to listen to my body. So I had to do squats. I don't really do squats because I'm trying my best to protect my knees. So I was doing squats. I was only doing, I think, like 95 pounds, which to me, that's easy peasy, whatever. It wasn't easy peasy because, again, I'm thinking about my knees, not worrying, but I'm focusing on where my quadriceps attach to my knees, and I'm making sure I'm paying attention. Very slow, intentional movements, much lighter weight. Okay. Well, towards the end of my workout, I went to go do leg presses. And I was like, okay, what are we going to try today? Remember, I did 95 pounds for the squats, but I'm standing. That's a load bearing. I'm standing with that load. Okay. With leg presses, you're seated, much safer for me and my knees. So I could load so much more weight. I decided I'm going to go ahead and leg press 315 pounds, 3 sets of 15. The first set, easy fucking peasy, yo. I did 15. I was like, fuck yeah, my legs love it. And I was very much paying attention to my knees, right? Like, all right, knees, let me know when you've had enough, because the amount that I could load from my quads, my hamstrings, and my glutes, I can go far past 315. But will I injure my knees? That's what's important. Mind muscle connection. The second round, the second set of 15, I did it. I began to feel one of the muscles at the head of my quad begin to fatigue. I'm like, all right, let's wait a minute. Let's not superset this. Let's wait a whole minute. Let's assess, maybe minute and a half. Let's assess. And I determined, okay, I can do it. I can do another set. We're aiming for 15 or at least 13, right? If I could push it to 13, I'll be happy with that. I start lifting that load, 315 pounds. I get to my 5th rep and I'm like, huh? And I was like, push it, girl. One more. One more. You can make it to 10. Let's make it to 10. I did one more and I was like, yep, no, I'm done. I'm done. Mentally, I could still do it. Muscle wise, I can still do it. Joint wise, I don't think so. And I had my knee brace on. I listened to myself. If I had pushed it one more time, I promise you I would have torn my quad. I would have torn it. I know for a fact I would have torn it. You know why? As soon as I got up from that machine, the muscle that connects to the inside top of your kneecap went bonkers. And it was like I was having an electric stimulation. It's like an electrode was placed on my muscle and my kneecap wasn't tracking upwards. It was being pulled to the side. Like that's what my kneecap was doing. If I took my knee brace off, I promise I would have fucking ripped my knee. I know for a fact I would have ripped it. So what did I do? I went ahead and I stuck my hand into my knee brace because the knee brace is holding my kneecap from ripping all the way that way. And I began to soothe that muscle. I began to utilize my energetic system to go ahead and sedate that specific muscle. I'm like, it's all good, girl. It's all good. You didn't injure yourself. You stopped when you needed to. And I was sedating the muscle, and eventually it stopped. My kneecap went back to neutral. Everything was fine. I finished another set of something else. 3 sets for my hamstrings. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. It was a good day. I had a few more machines I wanted to hit, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm done. Um, I can't use that specific supplement. It's not compatible with my body and my knees. It's a structural issue with my knees. So it's not just lactic acid buildup, it's a structural issue. The reason that specific muscle was going bonkers is because I was forcing it to work in the proper way it's meant to work. It's atrophied. It's atrophied because when I was much younger, I did a partial tear on my ACL that I never did reconstructive surgery for. So it's forcing that specific muscle to load a weight that it's not accustomed to because I cheat sometimes when I do my exercises. So this is part of an analogy of how you allow yourself to recognize the ways in which your healing journey can actually expose you to injury, to hurt feelings. Because as you're becoming aware of the parts of you that are as strong as you need it to be, if you're not careful, if you're not present, you could hurt yourself. You could. You could hurt yourself. So, what did I do? I listened to my body mentally. I promise you, I could have went more. I was actually thinking because the weights jumped from 315 to I think like 360 or something like that. I think it was like 365. I think they're 50-pound plates. I was going to put it to 365 and I was like, nah, just stay at 315. It's all good. You could hit 365 next time you go to the gym next week. You give your body time to recover. Your body likes it. My body likes lifting heavy. It likes it. But I have to do it in a way that keeps me safe. You probably like the challenges that life presents you. When you begin that self healing journey, when you begin to realize how powerful you are, you'll begin to like the challenges that life sends to you. But you still have to be present. You still have to be very responsible in the way you move through those challenges. Because if you don't, just like what could have happened to me today, you could have severely injured yourself. I could have severely injured myself. Do you know why I was super present in the gym today? Because usually I'm in autopilot and I'm just like, get shit done, right? Slow intentional movements, but get shit done. Now I was extra present today. Why? Because for the past 48 hours, my higher self keeps telling me, be careful of injury, be careful of injury. So now I have to take responsibility for my journey, my decisions, and my actions that arise from my decisions. I have to be extra careful that I don't allow that to manifest into my reality. See, people think that if you receive precognitive messages, you're locked in. That's it. You're just waiting for this to happen. Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Yo, girl ain't got time for knee surgery. Nor do I have the luxury to not go to the gym and make sure my body is healthy and strong. So, what's the only other option? Being aware, allowing that awareness to really guide you into being very cognitive of your positioning and your movement through your process. You have to allow your process to occur in a way that is safe for you. Sometimes that precognitive hit is to encourage you to avoid it, right? I mean, don't get caught up in this belief that you can see the future and because you saw it, then you're just waiting for that future potentiality to occur. I don't think so. I don't think so. I know with the way I function, um, I'm shown a precognitive visual for two reasons. One of two reasons, and only one of two reasons. I'm either being prepared to brace myself for it because it's unavoidable, or I'm being shown in advance so that I can avoid it altogether. Those are the only two reasons. That's the only two reasons. So you need to begin developing a relationship between self and soul so that you can understand which reason is it. Which reason is your soul showing you something in advance? You're good enough. You're good enough at knowing yourself. Yes, there's always room for growth and expansion, but as you are right now, you're good enough. You are good enough. Yes, there's room for you to achieve more, to grow more. But even before you achieve more and grow more, you're already good enough. It's not after something else. Right now, literally right now. Even if you haven't even gotten out of bed and brush your teeth and have breakfast, you're good enough. I mean that. I'm not trying to hype you up. I'm telling you a truth that you refuse to hear from yourself. Listen, I've been grumpy for days. I don't have it in me to be complimentary today just for shits and giggles. I don't think so. You get even more raw truth from me when I'm grumpy because really, I don't, yeah, no, fuck that. Okay. Yeah, no, you're good enough. You're good enough for this moment. And when you need to be more, you will be more. And when you are more, it's because your life is requesting more. You're perfectly calibrated for whatever moment you're currently in. On days where I feel like I'm less than, those are days where life doesn't need as much from me. That's okay. I don't always have to be running on all cylinders. It's a gas waster, right? So allow. Adjustments are required. Again, you don't always have to be running on all cylinders, nor do you always have to be in a space where you can't even drive your vehicle because you don't want to burn gas. You know what? Sometimes you got to drive, sometimes you can walk, sometimes you need to carpool, whatever it is, listen. Your soul is telling you all of this already. Balance spirituality and practicality. This is what so many of us struggle with. Balancing the two. You can't be all spiritual, you can't be all logical. You have to have a beautiful relationship between the two. You have to. You have to. You have to. Oh, you're being called out again. You're being called out so severely. Not joking. So, show the world the real you, but it's in reverse. You're hiding yourself. That's what that means. For those that are resonating with this reading, you're hiding yourself. Stop hiding. Next card. A time to give rather than to take. It's in reverse. Your higher self is snitching you out again. Stop depleting yourself thinking that it's spiritual. Stop overgiving, thinking that the person you're acclimatizing to that entitled state, um, that they're going to forever be grateful. Here's the reality of things, okay, empaths? I know many of you are overgivers, okay? This is why I don't like to ask much from you guys, as much as possible. No. When it's necessary, okay. But for many of you, you give even when you are not in a position to give. Okay. Sometimes I give and I'm not in a position to give, but my heart just will not let me pass that up. Now, I think you're going to need to stop. Stop doing this for everyone. You'll know when you have to do something. I listen, I want to give to everyone. Trust me. Whenever I pass a homeless encampment, I want to go to the store and just rack up a huge fucking charge on my credit card and buy all these supplies, all this food, and all of these toiletries and the things that I know that homeless communities are in dire need of, and just buy that with my own personal funds and just distribute it. And it's like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't. What I can do is really begin to find additional ways to grow my nonprofit organization, that's why it exists, to do that type of work, right? To raise those type of funds and do that. Okay. Allow myself to be inspired by this emotion of my desire to help and not being able to personally in that moment, right? Really being able to know when it's like, this is a way I punish myself. I sometimes will use other people as an excuse to deplete myself because I can justify it. Do you do that? Or you give even when you're not in a position to because, you know, It's an awesome justification for punishing yourself. It's an awesome justified manner in which you can create more struggle for yourself. I'm not saying everyone who gives is going through this. I'm saying, do you know if you're the one who does, who goes through this type of thing, and you haven't actually looked at the root of why you behave in the way you do? Punishing yourself is not spiritual. It's not helpful. For me personally, you guys are my community. And when you give and it puts you in a space of detriment, I'm trying not to be emo. It deeply hurts my feelings that, if I become aware that you have now placed yourself in a bad situation to help me, it hurts my feelings. Like a lot. It makes me feel very badly because I would never ask you to suffer for me. That's not how my love works. That I would never, ever, ever be okay with knowing that you're struggling on account of me. So it's time for us to see how you and I are mirrors of each other. It's time for us to be able to recognize when we do this to ourselves. It's time to see that, sometimes we don't have to give in the way we're thinking is the only way we can give. Sometimes what's needed is simply the sharing of the support, right? The sharing of what we as a community are seeking to do. Um, like we have to exit out of those spaces where we're trying to prove our love and our loyalty by allowing ourselves to hurt, to suffer. That's not necessary. Not just for me, but across the board for your entire life. Every aspect of your life, like now is a time to really begin to get centered in the reality of what you are doing to yourself, the ways in which you are hurting for no reason. It is not necessary. Believe in the impossible, but it's in reverse. It's almost like we feel it's impossible to get to a place of balance. It's like we feel it's impossible to understand and know what we need for ourselves, what we need to do, what the options are, which option is the best. It's not impossible, it's challenging. It's a challenge. Rise to the challenge, right? Rise to the challenge. Allow yourself. Jesus Christ. Let me text my family. Whatever you're beating, I can hear it. Kindly stop. I don't know if y'all could hear it, but I could hear it. Boo! Yeah. Ooh, this. I just started looking at why I give so much away to so many just this week. SC, Oh, he was beating frozen cauliflower. I figured. Um, so if I could share, I went through that same journey and I came to the realization that at, for a long time, okay, a long time, I was giving so much away because I felt guilty for existing. And I felt like the only way to justify allowing myself to receive, right? This this upside down logic of it's time to give rather than to take, meaning don't let yourself receive. I should throw that card away. um, the only way I could allow myself to receive was to guilt myself and give it all away, literally. I was literally pretty much giving away my entire income to whoever. Like, you give me a sob story, okay, here, how much you need? And people who know me from Facebook, they know I'm not even exaggerating. That's what I was known for. You need something, you want something, you message me, I'll give it to you. I'll get it for you. I'll figure out a way. All while I was still homeless, living in a broken down RV with no electric, no water. We had no fridge. Mhm. And it's this thing of such a difficult journey to understand. I was punishing myself for existing. What do I need to punish myself for? Like, what is it? What have I done to anyone through the entirety of my life that would justify punishment? I've never harmed anyone. I've never taken advantage of anyone. I don't lie. I don't cheat. It's fucking near impossible for me to even allow myself to receive. So, what did I do to justify that type of punishment? Would I be okay if I knew someone existed that was being punished so unfairly like that? I would not be okay with that shit. I would be like, no, don't give them any more, you know? Mhm. Yet I couldn't do it for myself, right? Because I couldn't find it in myself to love myself the way I love other people. It's still a work in progress, but I've made tremendous, tremendous progress. I will probably struggle with that for much of, if not my entire life. And I'm coming to terms with that as well. That's a regulatory thing because I also need to be careful that I don't get into a space of entitlement, which I doubt I will ever get there because I struggle so much with receiving to begin with. Like, so that's why I'm like, okay, that's a struggle that's going to exist for a very long time, if not my whole life. But I'm not going to allow it to become um, such an imbalance that it's a pathology, that it's a diseased state, right? For many people who have a very elevated purpose, you feel this way. You give so much away and you keep so little for yourself because that's how you're created. But do you understand? If you allow yourself to receive, you already know you don't want to keep it all. If you allow yourself to receive, you'll have more to help more people with. That's where I'm at now, where it's like if I block my ability to receive, to earn a living wage, and all of that, I am greatly restricting how much I can share with other people, right? So you have to begin the work to really calibrate yourself to see clearly, to see clearly. Um, this, and it's not always money we give away, it's time, energy, love to the point of depletion. We didn't see it as a punishment, but the right thing to do. Now we know. Now we know that we were actually probably finding creative ways to punish ourselves in a justified manner. That's what I had to come to terms with. Ooh, this as well. I think we give so much also because people don't understand us, and we get to a bad place where we try to, we try over and over to I have burpees coming up. A place where we try and overgive to prove our worth to others and ourselves. So I do that as well. Not so much now, but have so much in the past. And it's this thing of realizing that is emotional manipulation. I am prepaying you for your sense of obligation to allow me to remain in your space. We should not do that. Now, not saying everyone who does that is a manipulator. I came to the realization about myself in my journey that that was emotional manipulation by my standards for myself. And so I no longer do that. If I am not enough, not offering you anything, thank you for letting me know I don't belong in your space, in proximity to your life. I wish you the absolute best, and I will excuse myself. Okay. Lisa, she trying to get you to write a book, girl. I can't say I don't agree. I can't say I don't agree with Inyaya. You're very close to achieving your goal. You are very, very, very close to achieving your goal. This point of self actualization because you realize the things that needed to be realized. You're allowing. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is the start of your process. Whether you're watching this live or you're going to watch the recording of it at some point tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now, many years from now, this is your sign that life is about to blossom for you. Cry your last couple tears for this cycle. Mourn the loss of what you thought was. Let that water your roots. Let it water the seeds to grow more roots, right? You know? Sometimes when life changes, even in a positive way, you feel sadness, you feel grief, then you wonder why. I'll tell you. You're grieving the death of a potential that you thought was viable. It wasn't. That doesn't make it hurt any less. So give yourself the grace to feel, to grieve, to allow yourself to release, whether through tears or silence, just allow. Allow that to happen and watch how your life just blossoms. How about this? I've been really enjoying sharing energy with you guys, right? Um, let's go ahead and do a little energy top up. Let's let's allow ourselves to become aware of the goodness, like this goodness that's just hovering outside of our field of awareness, right? Let's let ourselves feel the gravity of how deeply we can love another person. And let's let ourselves feel how it would feel if we loved ourselves in that way. So, if you would like to experience this, if you'd like to participate, I want you to hashtag love, hashtag and the word love. And we're going to go ahead. I'll play some music for y'all. Hold up. Hold on. Oh my gosh. All right. Hashtag love. And for those who don't know, I say hashtag love because this is calibrated only to be received by people who I haven't already removed before. I am not about giving my energy away to people who misused my love in the first place. Okay. So I make it a point to say this, to explain this, because I want to normalize your right, your sovereign right to pick and choose who can receive from you and what you will give. There's nothing selfish about that. Okay. Nothing selfish about that at all. So hashtag love, and let's get started. Hold on. That was loud. All right. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. For those of you sensitive to energy, you might begin to feel a very mild pressure in your chest and your arms. Your pathways are being calibrated to receive. Continue to breathe very deep, very slow. Feel the love, so much love surrounding you. Feel how loved you are, how important you and your presence are. Feel that awareness growing inside your chest, like the roots of beautiful flowers. Feel the stems rising towards your crown, and flowers beginning to blossom around your head. Feel yourself reconnecting with aspects of you that you forgot existed. Feel your power, the authority you naturally have over yourself and your life. Feel the tingly ice fire sensation spreading through your body. Feel your abundance. Feel your grace. Feel your love. Give yourself a moment. Allow yourself to make sense of what you experienced. Take another deep breath in. Slow exhale out and allow. Your see your future being laid out in front of you. Feel the emotions, the happiness, the excitement of life. Even if you cannot see the details, allow yourself to become aware of what life is offering you, all the things you're here to accomplish, all the other lives you're here to touch. Notice how interconnected we are. In truth, we as a collective whole are incapable of failure. Whatever you were born to do, you're going to do. You're going to do it in perfect time and measure. And it's going to come so naturally to you. Feel the goodness entering your chest. Feel your heartbeat spreading it around. Feel yourself healing all of those very deeply buried wounds. Feel your awareness of where they are growing. Feel the toxicity being drained from you. Feel your energy being replenished with new potential. Feel all the pain, whether physical or emotional, being caressed by the hand of God. Your pain is gone. Feel the release of everything that's blocked your way. Feel the hesitation dissolving. Allow. Let everything in, all the goodness and the healing, let it in. This is your energy. This is your capability. Let it come home to you. You feel that? That's your awareness of how powerful you are. That's you making peace with yourself. Bring it all home to you. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale out. Come back to center. Rejoin me in this space that we share. How do you feel? Do you feel like the badass that you are? Do you feel like the badass lover, nurturer, healer that you are? You're welcome. Give yourself a moment if you need a moment. Beautiful, Angel 33. Absolutely. Let yourself release everything that needed to be released. Whatever emotions, whatever energies, whatever it is, thoughts, physical sensations, whatever it is. Let yourself release. Let it happen. Let it all happen for you, with you. How does it feel to know how powerful you are? Because again, I didn't use my energy. I simply encouraged and directed you to use your own. I love this. How many of you had some type of pain and now it's gone? Love it. Oof. I love it. I love it. If you have physical pain, it might be beneficial for you to watch this video over and over, you know? So for those who were experiencing elevations in pain, Billy, is it okay if I push some frequency? And if Billy says it's okay, there's going to be a large overspray of energy. And if you are in pain, hoping that it will help to resolve all of your pain as well, even if just temporarily. We all deserve some level of break from our hurts, right? All right. Oh my gosh. Love it. Love it. Okay. So Billy says yes. All right, everyone. Oops. Definitely rewatch. Okay. Let me just breathe deep and slow. Feel that sedation. It's just coming into your field, and just this feeling of just a relaxing, letting go. Give yourself a moment. How do you guys feel? I wouldn't be surprised if some got super sleepy. um, I pushed a sedation frequency, and any and all who were willing to receive, barring those, of course, who have been malignant to me in the past. The energy is allowed to infuse into your field and simply just sedate the pain, sedate the discomfort. I love this. I love reading how you guys experience when I push frequency. Mhm. Yep. You guys want to learn how to harness energy like that? Join me for the Morphogenetic Fundamentals workshop. I will be teaching you for 4.5 hours with a break in the middle. I'll be teaching you how to harness your own energy so you can do these types of things for yourself. You don't need sessions if you can do it for yourself. Now, if you can't, then maybe, yeah. Yes, the sessions. But I don't see why you shouldn't be able to do it for yourself. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, I gotta go. My bladder is full. Totally TMI, but that's why I'm going. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. Just want to share again. Thank you, Lindsay. Morphogenetic Fundamentals Workshop. That's up on the K33 Academy. If you just go to program sign up or go to the store, you can find all the different things that are available. We also have the Black Magic Revocation workshop that's going to be happening. You can also find that on k33academy.com. We have a 30% off coupon that's active on both k33academy.com and meevolving.com. For Me Evolving, I believe it's across the entire website, including tangible goods, things that ship out. You definitely want to check out our Emperor and Empress body care sets. This is just top notch. When I am having problems, struggles with regulating my energy, my attitude, my mood, everything, I go ahead and I take a bath in the Empress body care set. Not even joking. I often wear that oil on me, and it helps to keep me level when I'm struggling with energy. And of course, the Moldavite, you can check it out on my website, mevolving.com. Lindsay is so on point. I love it. Check it out. If you're looking for Moldavite, my Moldavite is the super duper different. I think it's because it's been with me and my energy is in. It's a. Um, so my system is called Kokoro 33. The 33 is my life path. I am a teacher, ascended master, whatever. I don't really like to tap into that too much, but it's just a 33 life path. It's about me helping you learn how to reach that point of Kokoro, the center point, where you can elevate yourself to your own level of mastery for your life and your lessons. That's why it's called Kokoro 33, K33 for short. Um, I'm not sure if I have chevron amethyst chips. I know I have the actual chevron amethyst crystal. So I don't think that that's on the website though, the crystal itself. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna be, yes, having a crystal auction tonight. We can start maybe at 5:30, no, 4:30 or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have to check with my husband if there's any errands we have to run, and that's what's going to determine what time I'll be able to start. But I'm going to post. I'm going to create the live stream link, and you guys will be able to see exactly what time. Okay. Um, let's see. Ah, maybe, maybe. I see the 33 in your screen name. Maybe, might be it. Might have a similar purpose. Who knows? All right, guys, I really got to go. I love y'all. I'll see you again later this evening. Come and join the crystals that I'm going to be auctioning today. These are some of my faves. I ain't even going to lie. I have a shit ton of crystals, so I'm not getting rid of everything, but these are some of my faves and you'll see exactly why. You will see exactly why. I'll see you guys. Thumbs up, subscribe. See you tonight. Bye everyone.